If you're headed to Turks and Caicos anytime soon, there's one thing that might already be in your suitcase by accident, and it could turn your dream vacation into 15 years you didn't plan for. This is What in the World? 10 stories today, 2 of them urgent, so let's get right into it. If you're headed to Turks and Caicos, check your luggage twice because one stray bullet can land you in jail, not on the beach. The State Department just renewed its warning for Turks and Caicos. The big issue this time is ammunition. Even a single stray bullet, the kind that ends up in a bag completely by mistake, can mean arrest, weeks stuck in detention, and up to 12 years in prison. So before you fly, go through every pocket, every zippered pouch, every bag you've ever used for anything outdoorsy. And it's not the only place where the rules just got stricter. Flying through O'Hare anytime soon, the FAA just extended flight cuts there through 2027, so build in some buffer. Chicago O'Hare is staying tighter for another year. The FAA just extended its 10% flight cap through October of 2027 to deal with ongoing construction and airspace constraints. Fewer flight options at one of the busiest airports in the country, so if O'Hare is part of your itinerary, book early and give yourself some breathing room between connections. Now here's a way to skip the airport altogether. Amtrak's Big City Savings Sale. Amtrak just knocked 30% off Northeast fares, perfect excuse for a no-fuss city weekend. Amtrak just dropped fares up to 30% off across the Northeast corridor, good for travel from August 1st through the end of September. It's a genuinely sneaky good option for a weekend in Boston, DC, or New York. No security line, no gate changes, just a train ticket. Speaking of upgrades, let's head out to sea. Celebrity is giving one of its ships a total glow up. 13 new spaces, top to bottom. Celebrity Cruises is giving Celebrity Reflection a full head-to-toe refresh. 13 brand new spaces, bow to stern. It's the second Solstice class ship to get this treatment, and it tells you something. Celebrity's investing in the ships it already has, not just chasing the next big launch. I've sailed Celebrity Reflection. I love that ship. It's much smaller. It has a really good feel. I highly recommend it. Call me if you want to book that one. If you want the same feeling of exclusivity without waiting for a refresh, there's already a shortcut. Want a private yacht feel on a big ship budget? That's exactly what MSC's Yacht Club delivers. MSC's Yacht Club is basically a private ship tucked inside of a bigger one. Its own pool, its own restaurant, lounge, sun deck, even butler service. If you want 5-star quality without giving up the energy or price point of a mainstream cruise, this is the move. And while we're talking about new hubs and new routes, JetBlue has just made Fort Lauderdale one of its biggest hubs. 8 new routes and lie-flat seats are coming. JetBlue just added 8 new non-stop routes out of Fort Lauderdale, everywhere from Nashville to Ponce. And come November, they're rolling out the lie-flat mid-seats on the San Diego route, the only lie-flat option between those two cities. Fort Lauderdale is quickly becoming one of JetBlue's biggest hubs, and Mexico is getting some serious hotel news this week too. Hyatt just unveiled 2 brand new all-inclusive resorts in Mexico, and they look nothing like a typical all-inclusive. Hyatt just revealed details on 2 new all-inclusive resorts opening in Mexico this year. Park Hyatt Riviera Maya sits between Cancun and Puerto Morelos with private pool suites. And Grand Hyatt Los Cabos comes with a championship golf course and 5 restaurants. Reservations don't open until February of next year. But this is exactly the kind of elevated, all-inclusive that doesn't feel cookie cutter. Turns out a lot of you are thinking about the water this year too. AAA says a record 21.7 million Americans are cruising this year. Turns out you're not the only one thinking about it. AAA is forecasting a record 21.7 million Americans will cruise in 2026, the highest number ever recorded. So if you've been cruise curious, but sitting on the fence, you're clearly in good company. And if Europe's on your radar for a cruise, there's a lot of new territory opening up. PONANT just opened 150 new European sailings for 2027 and 2028. And Cape Verde is having a moment. PONANT just opened bookings on 150 departures across Europe and the Atlantic Islands for 2027 and 2028. And Cape Verde is suddenly the destination everyone's talking about, right alongside the Canary Islands, the Azores, and the Norwegian fjords. Every sailing even includes one complimentary shore excursion per guest. That's the kind of detail that makes small ship luxury feel effortless. And last one today takes us about as far as a flight can go. The world's longest nonstop flight, Sydney to London, just got pushed back, but it's still coming. Qantas has delayed its nonstop Sydney to London flight, which would be the longest commercial route in the world, to 2027 because of aircraft delivery delays. It's still one of the most bucket list flights in aviation, just a little further out on the calendar than planned. Here's the one thing to actually do something about. If you have a Turks and Caicos anywhere on your calendar, go check your bags right now. Every pocket, every old duffel, before that trip ever gets near an airport. It's a completely avoidable mistake, and it's completely not worth the risk. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another round of What in the World?